Hey, what's up, naughty community? Welcome back to my naughty hobby with your host Amber for another crochet tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to work out this lovely rolling waves stitch pattern using basic stitches. We're going to combine those in different ways to create this beautiful new textile. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using a 4.5mm hook and some worsted weight yarn. However, you can use whatever size hook and yarn you have available to you. So let's go ahead and get started. In order for this pattern to work out correctly, you're going to need to use a foundation chain of a multiple of 8 plus 1 in your foundation row, and then because our turning chain is going to be counted as a stitch in this pattern, we're also at the end of that going to add on 4 extra chains. So this one's going to be a total of 29 chains. I actually did not want to use that red. Since I've already made one in red, let's do white. There's 20. $24, so 25. Now we need the extra 4, 3 and 4. So these first 4 are going to count as our turning chain. Here's our what would be considered our first stitch. We're going to be skipping this one and working into this. So let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th chain from your hook is the one that we're going to work into, that my thumb's placed on here. We're going to do 1 double crochet. Should look like that. You'll chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet into the next. And we're going to do that all the way across this chain. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Your last stitch should be a double crochet. One double crochet in the last. From here we're going to turn our work and we're going to chain up 3. In our first chain right here, the bottom of our chain, we're going to do 3 double crochets. Okay, now we're going to do a variation of like a fan puff stitch, I guess you could say. So just follow along here. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into that chain 1 space from our last row, and drop a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over. Now we're going to work into the top of the double crochet that we created. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to continue this until we've done a total of 7. So we're on 2. There's 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. Now I like to hold these kind of loose and fan them out. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all the loops on your hook. And I just find that if I gently pull, because I don't want to pull my stitches, I'm actually pulling my work with my left hand here to bring that all the way through. You'll yarn over and you'll secure those in place with one chain. Now in our next double crochet here, we're going to place 7 double crochets. Seven. So it's a 7 double crochet shell that we did in that stitch there. Got a little knot in my yarn. Okay, now we're going to start again with that fan stitch, like this one here. Yarn over, then we're going to work into that next chain space right here. Doing this a total of 7 times. 1, make sure to go into the top of the stitch of the next. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Pull through all the loops on your hook. Into the next double crochet, we'll place another 7 double crochet shell. There's 7. Now we'll work another one of those fans. There's 4, 5, 6, and 7. and then into the third chain. Well, this is our beginning row, so it can be kind of hard to see. We're going to want to skip that one there. We're going to place 4 double crochets. Should look like this so far. First little section of wave. Okay, we're going to chain up 4, turn our work. Yarn over, and in the third stitch here, 1, 2, 3, we're going to place 1 double crochet. Chain 1, and into the eye of that fan stitch right here, another double crochet and chain 1. Now, because you want these to be centered on your shells, a good way to kind of look at this to make it easier for you is, you know, you're always going to want one of your double crochets in this top middle stitch right here. And I know that I want a space in between, and so you'll skip the next 2 and work into this stitch, 1 double crochet. Okay, I do have a chain on there, just had to make sure. You want chains in between each stitch that you do in this round. So now we're going to work into that middle one. Chain 1, skip 1. Now that we've done those, you can see it a little bit better. Here's that shell, and the stitches line up and are even with our work. Chain 1, place 1 double crochet in the eye of the fan stitches that we did. Again, I'm finding that middle one, going back. Chain 1, double crochet into that top stitch, chain 1, skip 1, chain 1 into the eye again, double crochet, chain 1. I'm going to go into this stitch right here, chain 1, and then you can work into the chain if you want. I find that I just like to work into that chain space. Makes it a little bit easier and quicker. Now we're ready to start our next row of these waves. So we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn our work, and we're going to put 3 double crochets into our first stitch. Now we're going to work a fan stitch with the spaces and double crochet. So yarn over, That's 7. Yarn over and pull lightly through all of the loops. Into your next double crochet, we're going to place 7 double crochets. There's 7. We're going to start on the fan again. I don't ever pull those tight because I want you to be able to see the fan, and if you pull them too tight, it cinches up your work. So again, in our next double crochet here, we're going to do 7 double crochets. And we've got one more fan stitch. There's 6 and 7. And work 4. This one can get a little wonky, so I do like to work into the chain. Yep, the third one there. And you're going to work 4 double crochets. Now you're ready to start back with those double crochets, skip a stitch. That's it, you guys. This easy rolling wave pattern gives it a nice dainty look just by combining the most basic of stitches. So I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. I love to hear your feedback if I'm reaching the right people. Thanks again for watching. Hope you're having a great Monday. Happy hooking, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye.